Hello guys, welcome back to the session. So in the previous session we have learned about what A6 features, which are destructuring and spread operators, and now we will learn about performance functions, means performance related functions, which are, I already told, right, asynchronous functions and time functions. So let's go with the timing functions. So in timing functions, we have three types of predefined functions that are set interval function. First one, we will go with the set interval function, where set interval is nothing but it will take 2 as arguments in the function. As you can see, the yellow color line is the argument of this function. In that, the first one is it will take argument as a function, and second one it will take as interval what we are giving on. So before before explaining you the code completely in detail, I want to explain you what is the uses of these things. These are used mostly for scheduling, like for your example, if you remember, means mail notifications we will get it, right, morning and evening, or else if you go in Naukri and search for the job, and if you get every day night at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, it will get the one notification, and morning you will get another notifications. Or else for example, if you give the alarm clock at that particular time, it will give the alarm, right? That is another thing. Set interval, these are the timing functions which we will use. How and why, real time scenarios I'm saying. For example, in exam timings, like time stopwatch, all these are somewhat real time scenarios we will use programmatically, which I'm saying these timing functions. Here in the timing functions we'll have three types, which is set interval, set timeout, and clear interval. So first of all, we are learning, right, set interval, and these most important is for executing that particular function. Means, for example, let me tell you with an example so that you will get it. What we can do, one thing, let interval id, just I'm giving it as an id. So set interval I'll give as a function, where in the set interval I'll give console dot log of executing set interval. So this is the console I'm giving, and here we will use milliseconds. So 1 second equal to 1000 milliseconds. So every time here the second argument what we are using, it should be the millisecond only. This is what we call as set interval. So for example, now another function which we are calling is set timeout. So set timeout is another function. I will tell you execute everything in a one final uses, because we can't use individually everything. Here in the timing function, everything in the real life scenario how we will use, I will show you with one function. Okay, remember that one. We will like this is the first in the set interval we have two arguments, and first argument will be the function where we are using the handler function, and second one will be the time what we are giving it, and that time should be in the milliseconds only. Now let's go with the set timeout, like set timeout, where the function same it will go with an first argument arrow function we will give, and after that same like timeout. Nothing is different here. Okay, So let me executing set timeout. Okay, now we will use third one is clear interval. Okay, clear interval is nothing but stopping the function. For example, see, this is the continuous function, it will go, and set timeout means for every 2 seconds this will console will be printed. So that clear interval is used to stop that set timeout function. For example, if you see now set a timeout, you can see set timeout here, and set interval you can see set interval it is using everywhere, means for every second it's getting printed. As you can see here number, let me exit, see this is the number, for every second it's going on. Set timeout it will go for one time, initially set interval, set timeout, and again see set interval, every time every second it will go. So to stop that we will use the clear interval while integrating all the mixing of set interval and set timeout and all the things. So let's get back to real life scenario. Counter function, you know, right? Adding that, so I will use that same function so that you guys can understand easily. So let counter function is right here, and invalid function what we have given as a set interval, what we are giving an argument, and another argument what we have 1000, this is set interval. Okay, so now we will go inside the function. Let's comment for now these two. As we can see, these are the executed for every 2 seconds and all the things. In real life, here we can use counter plus plus, means increment of one number and all the stuff. So console, I will console the data with counter value so that we won't confuse with the values. Counter. Okay, so this is one counter function, and it will print out the set interval every time. If I want to write a condition also, we have learned, right, complex functions and everything. Here we are using that knowledge here, so that these are called checks, which I already told, right? So for every 0 1 2 3 every second it will be using, and it will be executed. Now I want to stop it, right? When I want to stop it, for example, I want to stop it for when the counter value is 5, then I will use clear interval with what is the function name we are using. We will use that clear interval here, and now we will use for console to verify our function is working or not. Debugging we will do with the help of consoles only. We'll use a debugger also is there, but the best thing is console, so that the print execution where it will be there and we can check it out. See, start debugging is there, right? This is the thing we can use it, but mostly console is the best thing, so that we can say where and how the data is getting, how the data is printing, everything we can check. So it's a counter 1, counter 2, counter 3, counter 4, counter 5. See, closed. That's it. Excuse me. That's it. Means here you are showing 1 2 3 4 5 and you are closing. Like that only. Alarm, for example, we have used the date function, right? We will check the dates function, and we will check the calculator, means for example how logic will be like. For alarm, I will tell you in the theoretically, alarm in mobile, wherever you have, how it will calculate. It will check as initial time when you fixed it. Okay, Let's example initial time when you fixed is 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. Okay, you want to set alarm when you will alarm time when it should be there, evening 10 p.m. Okay, what is how much difference it is there? 14 hours, right? 14 hours. So these 14 hours will be converted to milliseconds. Okay, these 14 hours will be converted into milliseconds, and now here we will have the function of same function like interval id or else clock id, anything, whatever your variable declaration you are doing it. And here we are making it for 1 second, because every second is important in the alarm clock and in the daily life, right? So we will calculate with 1 second only, and here we will give a condition until if it reaches to 14 means 10 p.m. then only we have to clear that, means stop this function, and here instead of console we will print, like we will give another function where the sound will get whatever you have given the sound, like sound or alarm function will be executed. Alarm here in the function, then only it will be executed. That is how we will show. You got it, right? Real life scenario how we are using it is, this is the scenario. So now we got a clarity of time functions, what are the time functions and everything. Now let's go with the final performance functions. Another one is asynchronous function, which is called async. Let's give me another first of all I will give difference between synchronous versus asynchronous. So nothing is difference is simple. Difference is simple. I have told you, right, whenever I'm opening the JavaScript and everything, I am saying it will go one by one as a first line, second line, third line, fourth line, right? For example, if you go here and check the consoles, okay, see, it will go with first of console value of C, then it will execute, and next it will go for the console value of result. For example, I'll say result. Now see result is the second console, and this is one, means it is going in order wise of thing. That is called synchronous. Asynchronous means sometimes we will call the API from the backend, like a JSON API, how APIs we'll have, right? And that backend APIs we want to show here. For example, I will show you one real website, like for example make my trip we have. Okay, make my trip website we have. Okay, this is the make my trip, and these are the, when I'm clicking on it, once you inspect and check it, I will show you. This is the network tab where the APIs will be called. I will tell you in detail what is API and everything in the Node.js and integration with the React also. For now, when I'm clicking on the train, once you see, right, it's calling the API, all the stuff, and only fetch HR. Don't worry about all these things. These will be, you will understand in the real-time scenario how we are integrating the project front end and back end. I'm showing just a sample one, so that once I'm searching that one, okay, we will get the list of trains whatever we have from Delhi to Kanpur. Okay, how we are getting that trains we are getting list from the backend. That response is this one. So Delhi to Kanpur. So everything details. Train list, we have these many trains we have. So this is called, see, as you can see, this is an array, and inside that we have n number of objects, which is called array of objects. So it will take time, right? This is the times of 1 second or 2 second or 3 seconds or 4 milliseconds. Sometimes if you have huge data where performance we need it in below 5 milliseconds only, we need it all the data. So in this fraction of seconds, without getting this one, you can't show the data, right? For example, if you here only in the make my trip, I want to show the list of data, and without getting the data from the backend in the via API, how I can show the UI part of this one, even though I have prepared the designing of the UI with the React or else with the HTML, like this one left section, and this is the navbar, and this is the cards and everything. How, what the data you can see, right? Train name, everything data which is coming from the dynamic backend. So all these things which we have to get from the backend, then we have to execute the UI part where we have to show this place, this train name should be here, and the timing should be here, and the route here should be there, all the things. That is how we will show it in the help of asynchronous, means waiting with the data, then only we will get it like what we are using it, means what we are want to reflect it in the UI part. So that is asynchronous. So simply I can say that it will won't get in the sequential order. Simply I can say it won't do, refers to the execution of code doesn't happen in a sequential order until its one operation is completed. Means once the data or else once the function is completed, whatever we are giving, then only it will go for the next function, and you will go with the further asynchronous process. So asynchronous process is mostly used with the help of three things. What are those? Promises, async await, and callbacks. These are the three important they will ask, and what are the difference also they will ask. Okay, so I will tell you what is the difference between promises and async await, all the things. For now you can learn what is the syntaxing of all the what are the syntax differences, like what is async, what is await, okay, and what is callback. Now let's go deep dive into the syntax, then you can check it everything. So let's go, I want to delete all the stuff so that this is somewhat important topic, so I don't want to disturb remaining things. So let's go with the callback first. Callback. So here callback I will use constant fetch data, means we are fetching the data with the argument. So this is the arrow function we are using. So what we will do here, first of all let me use set timeout for only particular time I needed it. So the first is a function, after that I need for every 2 seconds I want to trigger this one only after 2 seconds only. So I will write console.log of data from server fetched. Okay, inside that I will use callback. So what is that callback? Callback, I'm using the function here, and I am passing that callback here as an argument for this fetch data function. Okay, now once if I do console outside of the function, I'm using the console.log of start so that it will start. Then I will use fetch data, where inside that we are giving callback as an argument, which is function. I'm here giving normal function, that's not a problem. Callback function is executed, and after that end. So let's refresh the code. Let me show you. See what I have done you, I will tell you, explain, and I will show you the output. Okay, so here as you can see now, I am giving fetch data where it's a function. Inside that function I am giving a callback, where callback is another function, means calling this function inside this. That is what we are doing it, and this function, it will be executed with the set timeout of 2 seconds. I'm getting this callback function, means set timeout after 2 seconds I will get it. That's what we are doing it. So for example, if you can see now on refresh, I will get first initially start, then end, then you can see this data is from the server fetch and callback function is executed. Means here we are demonstrating the code doesn't wait the asynchronous option to finish. Okay, means as you can see, console.start and console.end, it is executing starting only. Okay, but callback, this function is executed only inside this set timeout. Means it's waiting for consoling of this statement, then only we are getting this statement, even though we are giving start and stop here. Actually in the synchronous means how it will be there, this one will be fetched, this one will be done, and after this and this, then it should be this. But now it is like reverse, start and this one and then again this one. That is how what we call callback function or asynchronous one example with the help of callback. Means we are waiting until the process is done and we are doing it only when the trigger is worked. That's how we are getting the data in a process. This is asynchronous function. So for example, I have another one which we can give promises. Promises means the word itself is telling promise, means this it will execute only once the data is getting from the backend or else from the server. That is what promise. So let's go with the same concept of fetch data so that I will explain you. Constant fetch data equal to arrow function I am using, but here I am not using promise, so here arrow function. Inside that function I am return new promise where resolution and result will be there, and set timeout where function, and inside the set timeout I want to give, what I want to give is console. Let me, instead of wasting time, let me copy and paste. After that I'll go with resolve, that is one function which is in default of this. Then I will go with the 2 seconds again. Okay, then I will go with the function closing. Okay, now let's go with the this thing, control C, control V, then fetch data, where in the data I'm promising to call dot then. Okay, I got it. Dot then in the function I'm showing promise resolve. So after that I'll close that function. So once it's done, dot catch also I can use where error is in promise, and I'm closing it also. And now we no need of finally. So next we will use console.log of end. Start date and same. See, start end and the synchron. Execution output will be the same for callback and promises and further async await. Just I'm showing you the syntaxes, how it is the difference, and I will tell you what are the major differences in performance point of view in these three. Okay, to be precise, this is the output we will get it from callback or promise and everything. So I will explain you here. Same, we are using the fetch data where we are waiting for the data, and here instead of callback triggering function we are using dot then dot catch. Sorry. So here we are using new keyword with a promise where it will return the thing. What will return based on the parameters of resolve or reject. Okay, what is resolve and reject? That resolve and reject we will see here. Dot then it will be promise is resolved, and dot catch means if the fetch data is executed, means the API is executed and the API which is coming from the backend is success, then it will go for the success case. Like if else, how it will go? If else, if A equal to B, print A both are equal, or else both are not equal. Same like that here also, if data is executed, dot then console this one, or else catch this one. So that dot then means success means resolve means you will get what you will get. Simple, console.log of means promise resolve. That's why we are calling resolve function here, where resolve means this is the resolve function, and that function we are using here as a parameters. That's it. That is the promise based function. And same like that we have async await. I will show you. Execution process will be same, means like output will be the same, but where and how, what we have to use, it will show here. That's it. So same like that. So I will use same thing, like same function. Mostly it will be async promises and async await will be same here, so I don't want to waste time. So now we got it. Next, now we will use async where function of fetch data. No, this is another function we will use, like main function we can say, where main function, and insert that I will use console.log of start. After that I will wait for the function to work, what fetch data. Next, once I got wait, I will print out the console.log of async / await operation executed. For our purpose I am giving like this, so that this main function you will call outside console.log of same end. Okay, So what is the process here? Same. Once we are getting it, it will be executed and it will show console end. Now it will call the main function, where main means async await, means it will go in asynchronous function and it will go print the start, and it will wait until this function is executed. And once this function, we call this function here, it will be executed here and it will be promise, and you will set of time and you will get the data and you will get the resolve function here, where async await is done, you will get a printout this one. See, async await is executed. So that is what we are getting. It means how it will be like, first it will be like start, then end will be there, and after that this one will be there, after this thing start end, this and this. So this is what async await. So I hope you got syntax clearly, what and how we are using it. So it will be, everything is same as I said you before, output will be the same, and we will use multiple places, but the more best and everything the effective and performance, what I'm trying to say is the performance or else effectiveness and the speed of the website or the browser, what we want to show is depends on what function we are using it. That's it. So I finally I will tell the differences, what where and why we are using it, even though we have different same logic, execution is the same. So mostly previously we will use the callback as an traditional way for sorry, for asynchronous code what we are using, but promises are used for the structural approach. Means as you can see here, promises are used for better structural approach, like yes or no individually, right? Every code whatever you write it, you have to write error cases also. That is, if it is okay, then if not, what will show console.error, like that it will show better error coding will be there in the promises. That's why we will use promises only. And but async await provides the syntax easy thing. As you can see here, so dot then dot catch is here, and here we are calling promise, and it's somewhat confusing. But here see, main function I'm calling it here and I'm printing it here, then syntax is going to this function, and it's means then it will getting it here. Simple reading of the code. Whoever, for example, I have written the code and I have given the project to you, what you will say, you will get a bit confused here. Promises, callback, okay, you can understand, but async await, once you read it you will understand. It's waiting for the function, async is triggering waiting for the function. Wait means wait for, await means wait for in English. So wait for the execution of this function, then only you have to go for the console. That's how we got console as a last one. So I hope you got a clarity what is the async await and the promises, and what we call as performance based. And also I have told you about the spread operator and ES6 in the previous class. So these are like intermediate level to learn, means for JavaScript, so that with the help of these logics and with the help of the integration of this HTML and CSS and all the things, you can go ahead with the JavaScript pure programming language. You can say that a programming language, what I learned in JavaScript is with the intermediate level, you can say with the help of learning all these topics. But make sure to practice everything. And another thing, think logically here how to do. For example, I have integrated timing functions in the alarm clock, right? That is a real-time scenario. Like that, where you can integrate the timing function, you can do it like where you can integrate the timing function, or where you can use the async await, and where you can use the DOM manipulation, and how you can do it DOM manipulation. All the things while practicing you will get an idea and experience in that. Okay, make sure don't forget to practice every day. That's it. So next class we will start with an React, which is a framework of an JavaScript. And now what is let's after that we will React we will learn. And after that what we will learn is like Node.js. So make sure to thoroughly learn before going into React. Make sure to get more knowledge on the JavaScript with the help of HTML and CSS. Then we can get the library of the JavaScript, which is React. Thank you.